he's not in Manny Pacquiao shape. I think he's about 80%. 70–80% for Manny is 100%, 110 for another guy. But for me, it's an uncomfortable feeling because I want to go in there feeling that I did everything I possibly could do. Am I confident that I did everything that I was supposed to do? No, I'm not.
Alex Ariza's uneasiness stems from his fighter's decision to diverge from the strength and conditioning program the team has employed so successfully in recent fights. Feeling that he had lost some of his trademark speed, Pacquiao made the call not to gain any additional weight in these final days of training.
The last 3 weeks, it's kind of, I'm slow because we're putting more weight in my body. That's why I've decided to maintain in 148, 147, just to maintain the speed in power.
Manny trained at 153 pounds against Claudio. We're not near that. So for me, that's an issue.
Manny knows what he's doing, and I gave Manny the green light to do what he wants. He's been doing this for a long time. So right now, we're just keeping him happy and letting him do his job.
Pacquiao's team expects Margarito to possess a weight advantage of as much as 20 pounds on fight night. But fighter and trainer remain confident that their plan to pit speed against size will prevail on November 13th.
My opponent's bigger than me. He's slow, he's not that fast, but I'm faster than him, so we need here is the speed. We need to use that advantage properly.
Every move he makes, we're going to counter it. I thought this was going to be a tough fight. I don't think so anymore.
We know what we're going to do.
If a relaxed camp can augur a strong performance on fight night, Team Margarito appears perfectly positioned for a breakout effort.
I thought we have fun here at the gym, right?
Today, the unwitting victim is the man in charge, Robert Garcia, and the conspirators are two of his nephews.
Payback's a bitch, Robert. Go, 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 go. Ah, cabrón. What the fuck? Go, where's my keys, fool? What the fuck?
At his camp, the trainer knows anyone can be a victim.
Everybody gets that. First part of the game. Camp is having fun. Tomorrow will be Margarito's truck, probably.
Inside the gym, Garcia's tools are a familiar assortment. Hand wraps, a pair of mitts, gloves, and a body shield. They are among a trainer's essentials for a workout in the ring with a pupil. But when you're spending the afternoon under assault from Antonio Margarito, reinforcement is always welcome.
Oh, this right here, what I'm putting on is an extra padding that I need to wear under the actual body shield, because that one's, that one's sticking up, but it was still hurting my ribs, so I had to put this one on for extra protection. Kill the body and the heavy will die. I know that Margarito has really good body shots. I know that Pacquiao has been knocked out with a body shot, so deep inside he's got that weakness. I'm in pain right now. I've never done any predictions with none of my fighters, but for this one, the way training has gone, the way his weight is looking, the way his mind is set, I have no doubt that Margarito is gonna get a late round stoppage.
Todos sabemos que es bastante rápido y saca golpes de cualquier ángulo, pero estamos listos, estamos preparados para la pelea que nos dé, para el tren de pelea. Yo no creo que tenga el poder, no sé qué es tanto pegue Manny Pacquiao, pero a mí realmente se me hace imposible el que tenga el poder de un peso super welter. Yo sinceramente no me preocupa nada. Estoy bien preparado. Así suba como suba, yo soy rico en el brazo alto.
With just a few days to go until the team leaves for Dallas, the fighter checks his weight once again. with the bout's 150-pound limit in mind.
Ay, papá.
54. It's just like Tony says, you know, I wish it was tomorrow, because I know I have a great fighter that's ready to take over, you know, to rule the world. Just waiting for the day.
Creo que yo voy a ganar esta pelea. Nada está escrito, no, pero yo confío en mi preparación. Estamos contando ya nomás las horas para que llegue el momento de la pelea. Me siento mejor que nunca, de verdad, y el 13 de noviembre lo voy a demostrar.
What separates the very good from the very best? A blessing of supreme skill or a superior measure of motivation? As two men train, separated by just 50 miles on the Pacific Coast Highway, the question lingers, with both sides eager to provide answers.
Honey, come on, let's go work. He thinks he's a tornado. Fucking real tornado's coming. They knock him out.
Y guarden sus comentarios. Arriba del ring vamos a estar solamente Manny Pacquiao y yo, el que se encargue de entrenarlo y de entrenarlo bien. Cuando suena la campana, yo te aseguro que Manny Pacquiao va a decir en qué problema me metí.
He took so much. Let's get it on.
1 week from tonight, they come together in the ring. Only a lone star will be standing when the final verdict is rendered. "24/7 Pacquiao Margarito" concludes Friday, November 12th. And don't miss the live fight the next night on HBO pay-per-view. This has been a presentation of HBO Sports. Previously on 24/7. After weeks of distractions on both sides of the Pacific, Manny Pacquiao nonetheless pronounced himself fit for fight night.
Right now, I'm 100% conditioned, so nothing to worry. We know what we're gonna do.
Meanwhile, in Oxnard, California, Antonio Margarito continued to train fiercely. And remained resolute, he was an innocent bystander in his hand wrap scandal.
Pueden hablar lo que ellos quieran. No ocupo ni hacer trampa ni nada, y yo simplemente les voy a demostrar para el 13 de noviembre. Le va a doler como si trajera yeso, pero no hay nada en el ring.
And with fight night approaching, the two trainers emerged with bold statements of their own.
I've never done any predictions with none of my fighters, but for this one, you know, I have no doubt that Margarito's gonna get a late round stoppage.
I thought this was gonna be a tough fight. I don't think so anymore. He thinks he's a tornado. Fucking real tornado's coming.
Two 2,000 years ago, the Roman emperors turned to gladiators for entertainment. All throughout the empire, they built grand arenas to enhance the spectacle, as the most decorated of warriors did battle. In the modern world, the phenomenon endures, though the Colosseums constructed today augment the action in ways the Romans never could have imagined. In their minds, the only giants who clashed in the heavens were gods. Rising out of the heart of Texas, Cowboys Stadium awaits the impending spectacle. Last Saturday morning in Oxnard, the ring inside the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy sat unused. For 6 weeks, it had been the headquarters of training for Antonio Margarito. Now, a larger stage awaited, and an opportunity for the fighter to prove to a skeptical public his accomplishments were due to hard work, not illegal hand wraps.
Inclusive ayer estaba platicando con mi esposa por todo lo que hemos pasado. He sufrido, he pasado muchas cosas por llegar a donde estoy ahorita. La verdad no pienso en eso, simplemente pues en ganar y demostrar que estoy vigente y demostrar que tengo el poder para poder ganarle a Manny.
El año pasado fueron momentos muy difíciles para Tony, para mí también, porque yo vivo la tristeza con él de todo esto que ha estado pasando, pero cuando supimos que esa pelea se daba, yo vi a Tony diciendo, es mi oportunidad de demostrar todo.
Yo creo que muchas gentes van a estar recordando eso. Yo creo que peleando con él y sabiendo que no hay nada en el vendaje y más si yo creo que noqueo a Manny Pacquiao, yo creo que la gente va a creer. La gente que no cree en mí en estos momentos, yo creo que van a creer después de esta pelea.
The team is ready to roll, including a new addition to the traveling party, Brandon Rios, who received a late invitation last week to fight on the televised undercard.
I got so excited, I was happy. It was like a Christmas present early for me. It was bad. I'm excited because not only I get to watch it, I get to be here live and seeing him whoop Manny Pacquiao's ass. So it's going to be even awesome, and I get to be here, and I'm so excited. It's a blessing, you know.
It's a 3-hour trip from Los Angeles to Dallas.
Tennis, please prepare for takeoff.
And as the Margaritos relax in the first-class cabin, Rios and trainer Robert Garcia examine the in-flight literature in Coach.
Este güey es puto. Es un puto. Margarito's gonna knock his ass out. You beat all the Mexicans except for this Mexican, the tornado's gonna fuck you up.
Margarito makes his point more succinctly. Flight 2460 touches down on time 5 minutes before midnight. The final leg of a nearly 2-year voyage back to the boxing spotlight is underway. With official transportation provided, Margarito and his team make their way to their fight week accommodations, the Gaylord Texan Hotel. It's nearly 1 a.m. when they arrive, but rest is not yet on the agenda. Not with a fighter who says he needs a sweat.
1 in the morning, running, feels fucking great.
We traveled all day and Tony slept most of the way. And I asked him how he feels really good, so take a little run.
No esteroide, my friends. Cero, puro naturalito. A mí no me sorprende, hijo de su chingada.
I see Margarito the way he trained. I'm happy for that because my concern is how we can give an excitement fight to the people who are going to watch in Dallas.
Ever the entertainer, Manny Pacquiao is ready for a final day of camp before leaving for Texas. Here at the Wild Card Gym, even a Hollywood heavyweight like Robert Duvall can get excited about rubbing elbows with the champ.
Hey, you know, give me a hug, man. Hey, good to
to see you, man.
I let some of my friends come in today just because I want him to be able to show off a little bit and have some fun.
The fight in Dallas is less than a week away. As assistant trainer Buboy Fernandez can attest, the mood inside is relaxed. But like his opponent, Pacquiao isn't simply going through the motions as his time in LA concludes.
He doesn't know how to slow down. It's just one speed, fast.
Our last workout for Cotto, Mike Tyson was there. He said, Freddie, this guy has a fight coming up pretty soon. You should slow him down. I said, Mike, this is slow.
The 2 weeks in California seem to have made up for time Pacquiao may have lost during a lackluster 5 weeks in the Philippines. They've also infused confidence in the confidants, who had more questions than answers when they arrived in the States.
After today, I feel a lot better, you know, maybe all the worrying was for nothing, but he looked great today, and, Margarito's got balls, and I know that he's going to take everything Manny has, but he's going to kill him.
I see Coach Brady that his piece is happy. I know Manny's trading 110%.
We're going to destroy this guy. I mean, we're going to make this fight look easy. Our game plan is going to be perfect. He's not going to touch us. Not going to touch us.
Two hours later, at the private Atlantic Aviation Terminal at LAX, Roach arrives with optimism and carry-on bags in tow.
It's usually set aside for Kobe, so you got it now, all right?
Any official head count of the members of Team Pacquiao would likely be imprecise. But today, 172 passengers are on the manifest for the chartered 757 headed for Dallas.
Last time we had his picture on the plane, but it was a smaller plane. This is another one. I'm going to tell Manny to buy this one.
For now, the fighter will pick up the rental tab on the plane for his army of supporters, ranging from familiar faces in the gym to his mother, Dionysia, who arrived just a few days ago from the Philippines. Like every other flight, the champion is the last passenger to board. It is the second bout in Dallas in 8 months for Team Pacquiao. The journey is familiar. The city is well known for its heavy hitters and preference for all things big, which means Manny Pacquiao and his extended entourage fit in just fine. The boxer leads the group to the Gaylord Texan, the same hotel as his opponent. With both sides in town, Fight Week in Texas is officially underway. Standing halfway between Dallas and Fort Worth is the brand new Palace of Central Texas, Cowboys Stadium, the largest dome in the world. On fight night, more than 50,000 fans are expected to be in attendance. It takes about 12 hours to roll up the turf on the field, the first step of the conversion from football gridiron to boxing ring. The stadium is the prized jewel of Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. But as fight preparations begin on Monday, Jones is tied up in team business.
At this time, I believe in what's in the best interest of the organization and the fans is a coaching change.
For Jones, this week was supposed to be a diversion from the NFL season, a chance for the owner to moonlight as a fight promoter. But after firing Coach Wade Phillips following a disastrous start to the season, Jones will be otherwise occupied much of the week, even if it's clear he's keeping the bout in mind.
Our Dallas Cowboy football season at this juncture has been a shocker, certainly disappointed, and there's great analogies between the evolving of a football team, its up and down of its success, to the experiences of a fighter. And that's kind of the way I feel about this season, and that's the way I feel about this fight happening at this time. I'm going to look for a way to make it inspirational for the football team.
Jones was scheduled to attend Tuesday's fighter workouts, but instead, hosting duties fall on the shoulders of another familiar figure.
Terrific, huh?
Yeah, it's good.
We've never had this kind of publicity on any fight that we've done. It shows how big Manny is becoming.
No one knows how to work a room during fight week better than Bob Arum, the legendary promoter whose stable includes both Manny Pacquiao and Antonio Margarito. But for this fight, the charm is a mask for devastating sadness. In late August, during the press tour for the bout, Arum's son John, an environmental lawyer from Seattle, went missing while climbing in the Cascade Mountains in Washington.
He was a real outdoors man, which is sort of strange for a kid that was born on 72nd Street in Manhattan in New York, but that's how he chose to live his life.
After a 5-day search, John Arum's body was found. He was 49 years old.
Unfortunately, he had been killed on a fall from the peak of the mountain. Everybody in boxing was very, very supportive, particularly Manny Pacquiao, who called me a couple of times a day while we were waiting up in Seattle for news. And Manny told me that he was dedicating the fight to my son John. I thank God for this fight because throwing myself into the promotion made it a lot easier to deal with John's loss. I think John would have wanted me to have pushed forward. Nothing is going to bring him back, and it's just memories that we all have.
As Arum finds solace in distraction, Pacquiao takes to the ring in a brief workout for the press. The fight is 4 days away. Mounting anticipation and endless obligations can make fight week an anxiety-ridden period for a boxer. But as this bout approaches, Antonio Margarito is a portrait of a man at ease, clearly reveling in his return to the spotlight.
Antonio Margarito.
Esta pelea va brindada para todos ustedes y vamos a ganarle.
¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede!
Team Margarito's schedule today includes a pair of appearances in front of a frenzied group of Mexican fans, unmistakably untroubled by the fighter's illegal rap scandal.
Él sabe que lleva una gran batalla, que tiene una gran pelea en puerta y la verdad, eso es nomás para que yo me confíe, pero mira, tu confianza, mira.
¡Miren nomás este programa, señores!
No sé qué round, pero lo vamos a noquear.
¡Perfecto! ¡Se escucha esta aplauso para Margarito!
A la conferencia aquí hubo muchos fanáticos y espero y en la pelea haya muchísimos. Porque sabemos que Manny le ha ganado a muchos mexicanos y yo he dicho que aquí le vamos a cortar la rachita que lleva. Muchos mexicanos creen en Antonio Margarito y eso me da gusto. Ahora quiero que disfruten este triunfo al igual que yo.
Even as the boxer is buoyed by his fans, his wife Michelle concedes that for her, the pre-fight buildup can be unsettling.
Sí, yo estoy nerviosa. Tony duerme muy tranquilo y él nada más está contando las horas para salir a pelear, pero yo soy la que siempre está nerviosa, no él. Yo pienso que los nervios así es cuando ya está saliendo Tony a la arena a pelear. Ahí es cuando siento que estoy más nerviosa. Me sudan las manos, frío, y luego empiezo a sentir cosas en el estómago. La verdad no podría explicarlo, solo pienso nada más que todo va a estar bien y que Dios nos va a ayudar. Eso es lo que pienso.
There's got to be the biggest fight of my career as trainer, but also Tony's career as a boxer. It is unfair when you know you didn't do something that you're being blamed for. I think that's something that's been haunting him for the past 2 years, you know, so he wants to prove everybody wrong. Deep inside he knows that this is on his back, you know, and he wants to get rid of it.
Cuando me dieron el castigo me quitaron la licencia por 1 año, pues solamente pues doblar las manos fue algo bastante duro, algo que tengo que enseñar. La verdad que me dolió mucho. Quiero demostrarle a todos los que hicieron real esta pelea que voy a aprovechar esta oportunidad. Y ojalá y se haya preparado bien porque va a tener una guerra.
Just after sunrise on Wednesday, Team Pacquiao goes to nearby Grapevine High School for a morning workout, with the fighter aiming to stay fresh as he tapers down for the bout.
Manny doesn't like to sit stagnant in the morning, so, you know, we still have 3 days, so as long as we start slowing down more and more, little by little, then we'll be all right.
Though a sense of optimism has been taking hold in the group, for Pacquiao and Roach, with mounting focus comes a measure of tension.
Some pressure to me to focus to win. I have millions of fans for, you know, expecting to my victory.
It's maybe a little embarrassing to say, like, you know, I get anxiety over this, but this is my life. This is what I do. This is all I care about. All I do is boxing. I mean, I don't have a wife, I don't have kids, but I do have 14 fighters that need to win. Okay, go to the press conference, we have to get out of here. Okay.
Of all the fighters he's trained, Roach has said his bond with Pacquiao is the strongest. Over 9 years, they've lifted each other to the summit of the sport. At 1 p.m., they head to the press conference for their 23rd fight together, surrounded by growing speculation that Congressman Pacquiao may soon step away from the ring for good.
I never expecting that I get this position right now to be a champion, you know. But I'm not gonna stay long in boxing. That's what I tell you now. I'm going to focus on my another career, serve people. I have a big responsibility to those people.
You know what? Honestly, like, if Mayweather doesn't come to the table, which I don't think he will because he doesn't want losing a fight, I think this is it. I honestly think that this might be it. Because you know what? There's no more challenges out there. I'm satisfied with his career. I mean, we're going to have 8 world titles on Saturday. And you know what? That record will never be broken again. I'm going to be in the history books with Manny Pacquiao for the rest of my life.
It's a pleasure for us to be back here at this magnificent facility once again. Boxing is regaining and taking its proper place on the world stage.
Pre-fight press conferences can occasionally be tedious and predictable, but this engagement is laced with an edge. Following an internet video that surfaced of Margarito and Brandon Rios mocking Freddie Roach's Parkinson's symptoms.
Good afternoon to everybody. First of all, one thing I want to clear up before it gets any bigger. Earlier today, there was a video posted up on YouTube about two of my fighters joking around, making fun of Freddie Roach. And this was nothing to do with the disease that Freddie Roach has. We know it's something that we don't wish to nobody. I would never allow that in my gym. That I want everybody to know. This is something personal, something between Team Pacquiao and Team Margarito.
Garcia will later call Roach with an additional apology, which is accepted. But somehow, it all seems incidental, considering the brutal and blunt confrontation that's fast approaching. A fighter was once asked what defined him. He held up his fists in a familiar pose. He knew no other way to answer. Far beyond the sport of boxing, identity can be among the most fundamental of struggles. Deciding who you are, determining how you want to be known, resolving how you'll be remembered. It's a set of questions these two men are answering in strikingly different ways. Manny Pacquiao views the ring as merely the base of his operations. Each bout he enters is now simply a launching point to greater levels of power and influence. Antonio Margarito, meanwhile, is shadowed by a story discredited by scandal. Fights like this offer a perfect route to rewriting his tale. The encounter on Saturday night is the sole crossing point of their identities.
What the fuck?
As ever, history will record the result of their fight in unequivocal terms. But for the two men squaring off, the journey to define themselves will continue. If you missed any part of 24/7 Pacquiao Margarito, you can catch all 4 episodes tomorrow on HBO, plus the entire final episode on HBO.com. It all leads up to the live fight on HBO pay-per-view Saturday, November 13th. has been a presentation of HBO Sports.